What's up, everybody? Couch Mel's here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video. And in this video, we gotta talk about this one thing that would absolutely delete cheaters and smurfs. And one game recently has already tried it. The big battle pass problem and monetization problems with Valorant, and some crazy murder story. There's a lot we gotta talk about and break down. But the Gameplay website's the absolute best place if you want to quickly improve and dominate with in-depth tips and tricks, VOD reviews, map guides, agent courses, and so much more. You gotta do yourself a favor and go check it out right now down below. Now, the first thing that we need to talk about is a Reddit post that absolutely blew up talking about the Battle Pass problem. Now, this was a response of the recently released Overwatch 2 Battle Pass, but also just comparing the Valorant Battle Pass to all the other top Battle Passes like Warzone, Apex, Rainbow Six, Fortnite, and how bad Valorant's Battle Pass was in comparison. The poster complained that a lot of the skins don't have any sound effects and they're not even close to what a premium skin would look like. It doesn't return any of the VP infested even if you finish the whole thing. And he argues that the Radianite system is predatory because it makes it so players don't have full access to their skins without the Radianite, so you need to buy that battle pass. And while Riot does a lot of things right, they really nail a lot of the really cool skins in the game. I've always complained that the monetary practices of a lot of these systems are completely out of whack, but people still buy them anyways. I don't think that the battle pass is something that is always worth it. I don't think a lot of these skin bundles should be that much money, but the problem really comes down to a comment that actually was at the top of this thread that kind of nailed how this system works. Quote, Valorant in general is monetized poorly. It's almost like Riot doesn't care for low spenders and only cares about whales. And there really in lies the problem, because there's a huge contrast between the quote unquote whales of a free-to-play model and the average consumer. And that's the vast majority of people that play the game that might buy some skins that they really like or a really cool deal on a skin. As long as it's not too much money and it really fits what they like, they'll buy some of those skins. But the whales come out and they will buy everything. They'll buy every skin, and it doesn't matter how much it costs. They want it. They want the entire thing. And it doesn't really take that many whales to be a huge driving force for monetization and creating a ton of revenue. So when you have systems like this in place with the battle pass system that really doesn't fulfill what the average person would want, and these skin bundles that are very, very expensive, it doesn't really matter if the average consumer likes it or doesn't, because these whales will buy it. And I understand that for the majority of people, that's frustrating. And it's pretty frustrating for me as well, especially when I can't aim unless I have the goddamn Oni Phantom. But all joking aside, I do have problems with the monetization policy, and I understand that, you know, Riot wants to make money. They always want to make money, and it's good if they make money because they push it back into the game and expand the game and all this other stuff. But I would really like it if they made a much more comprehensive battle pass that actually rewards you for completing it, that they would make skin bundles that still feel cool and complete that were cheap. Like, let everyone have something that's really cool. You don't need to put everything behind a crazy, crazy high paywall. And sure, you can feed the whales. Like, if you want to profit off the whales, make some crazy thing that like whales can buy if they want to, that's like bling, but like leave a lot of the cool bits, or at least a decent amount of cool things for the average consumer in between some of those crazy whale farming skin things. You know, I think that that's fair, but you know, at the end of the day, as long as people keep buying and whales keep buying and, you know, people keep buying into this monetization process, Riot's gonna keep doing what they're doing, and it is what it is. Now, in a random surprise twist, Valorant players are absolutely insane, or at least this person was, where she literally murdered her sister for flirting with her boyfriend in Valorant. I don't even know what to say. Like, what in the world is that? I know I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be laughing about a murder, but that's just crazy out of pocket. Like, do yourself a favor, go out, touch some grass, you know, experience life. The Valorant isn't the end all be all, okay? Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, what? I don't really have anything insightful to say about this story other than, you know, work out, hydrate, eat well, sleep well, and, you know, check in on your mental health. Because at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's just for fun. So don't lose your mind while playing it. Now, the last thing that we need to talk about is a big discussion that blew up about SMS verification, because Overwatch 2 released with SMS verification requiring you to have a dedicated phone number in order to play the game at all. But recently they have pulled that back and they will no longer require that, which was a very controversial opinion because a lot of people were angry at SMS verification because some people couldn't get access to the game. You know, some people had problems because they had certain carriers, and it was very hard for you to play on an alternate account. So there was several different problems with this system. But I will tell you something about SMS verification. It absolutely destroys both smurfing and cheating in a game. If you can't easily create an alternate account, and if you also can't create an alternate account because it could get banned and it's very difficult to make that account if you get caught cheating, SMS verification is like one of the best solutions to completely squeeze the life out of smurfs and cheating, which is one of the biggest things that people complain about. Now, Valorant doesn't have that level of a cheating problem, right? That's what the Vanguard system is for and things like that. But for the smurfing problem, SMS verification would absolutely crush it. Now, the big problem is Valorant has a very diverse community with a lot of different regions, people from all over the place. I think an SMS verification might not be feasible. It's very, very difficult to do. However, it is something that if they could nail down, especially for a game as competitive as Valorant, maybe you need SMS verification to play comp, it would completely crush smurfs and it would make the cheating problem just very, very like non-existent in a lot of ways. It would be super, super easy to have a very ridiculously low amount of cheaters. That being said, it might be more hoops than possible to jump through, just like how Overwatch had to pull this back and make it so it's not realistic. Valorant might have deemed it not realistic. I mean, they went this entire Vanguard route because this is probably something they considered, but realized the semantics of it was way too complex. And I do already think that Riot has made some pretty big strides into addressing the smurf problem with forcing people really, really high up in rank and the back end MMR where you could like double rank up and you could go up against other smurfs. You put in smurf Q. But at the end of the day, it's still not a perfect system. And smurfing is still one of the biggest problems that the average player faces over and over again. And it causes a lot of frustration. And I think frustration in the ranked system as a whole, which can really turn people off from playing the game. If your goal is to just make people have smooth experiences where they're playing games that they feel like they have agency over their wins and losses, the smurfing problem is a legitimate problem that you have to address. But unfortunately, I don't really see how SMS confirmation could be that solution, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me know how you feel about this down below. Do you think SMS would be something that you absolutely would love because it would crush smurfs? Or do you think it would be semantically too hard? How do you feel about the other stories? Let me know everything you feel in the comments down below, and go to the Game Leap website for tips, tricks, guides, and so much that you need to pop off and dominate. If you want to climb to Diamond, Ascendant, Immortal, or even Radiant, what are you waiting for? Go check it out right now down below.